Second Nature for Children is in the house. Coach, how you doing?
As always, man, I'm great, great. How about yourself?
Man, I'm doing absolutely great. So as everybody come in, make sure you subscribe, family. Share this information and hit that like. We have to move this information through the algorithm. I keep letting the family know that we have to move it. YouTube is not going to move it. We have to move this information. And make sure you go out and check out our organization and see the work we do with the children and help us support our organization. So, Coach, let's get right to it. I want to deal with a conversation briefly I had with a young man during the course of the week. And we was talking about generational wealth. And I'm saying to myself, this is something that I've been hearing a little bit of, and especially when I hear it spoken from us, I'm just hearing that we just can pick up something and it just sounds good. That's what I'm getting. It just sounds
Mm,
good. It's just like asking the children in the classroom, what you want to be when you get older. They really don't know, but they just know, I want to be a football player, basketball player. I want to be a doctor. It just sounds good. So when I hear us as a people talking about generational wealth, I'm hearing that this is something that just sounds good because what we really need to be teaching, and I want to get your perspective on this right here, is generational common sense. I'm just going to slow down right there. I just want you to think about this. The worst thing you can do is leave money to a fool. That's one of the
true.
worst. That's the worst thing you could do is leave your money, something you can work hard for, and you leave it to a fool, somebody who make unwise decisions. Why would you leave your generational, well, why would you leave your money to a fool, someone that has no character, someone that has no integrity, someone has bad life habits, someone that's enslaved to material things? I just want you to understand when we be talking about generational wealth, what about generational common sense? We got to be literally reprogrammed because the worst thing you can do, I don't care if I give you $10 million right now with a lot of our mindsets, only thing we're going to do is go buy a lot of stuff, make other groups of people richer. It has nothing to do with our foundation of life. It has nothing to do with our health. It has nothing to do with our mindset. If you are overweight or obese, man, a $10 million, you might just go eat yourself into Bolivia. You understand what I'm saying? If you have mental issues, you dealing with disorders or whatever is going on, making bad decisions, if you struggling with something mentally, that money will literally destroy you. And so we got to really reprogram and really think about some things when we be talking about generational wealth. Can you imagine when you was 18, 19, early 20s? What if someone would have left you a business and about $50 million with the way you were at that age? A lot of us was not ready to be.
True, true.
A lot of us, yeah, that money wouldn't even make it to our kids. You understand what I'm saying? Because we're being blue a lot of that money. So we have to be very careful when we be talking about generational wealth because society has put in a lot of our heads where we think that money would just change our lives for the better. And a lot of us don't think about millionaires commit suicide, millionaires are depressed, millionaires are stressed, millionaires are drug addicts, alcoholics. We're not thinking about that side. We're just thinking about our struggles. And if I get this money, I'm going to be okay. But that's not always true, family. It lets me know when I talk to people sometime about certain things that you never had any money. Because what it does is it buys stuff and then it gives you a temporary happy. But then right after that temporary happy, that's why a lot of people with so much money, They go get a couple of cars, 3, 4, 5 cars, because that car, they tired of that one, so they just got to go get another one. You get a house over here, you get a house over there, because you get tired, you get a woman over here, you get a man over there. You tired of this right here, so you just try, but it does nothing if you don't have common sense and if you don't have a strong foundation to take care of yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually. But what you think about that, Coach, before we jump in on what we're gonna do?
Yeah, I'd say I agree with you, man. I would say we need generational information. I'm talking about information that will sustain the previous but that sustain the previous generation, the generation now, and the future generation. That times change, but that information is such that it transcends time. You know what I mean? Like the value more is in the land, not the house.
Mhm.
The value more is in the land. I've come across so many people who were from not southern Georgia, but I guess you say West Georgia, Douglasville area, stuff like that. And they talk about the land their family had. So, see, y'all keep none of the land? Nah, man, so now you know ain't nothing but housing development, stuff like that down that way. Land don't spoil, man. And they're not making more land, you know. So I would say generation information, know, let them know what really is valuable. Money come and go, you know. You can use that land as collateral. You can sell half. You know what I mean. You know you can put a you can have your own subdivision. From what they were telling me, this person was telling me they had enough land to have their own subdivision.
Hmm.
But they sold acres of land. They sold it because to them at that time it wasn't worth anything. So whoever left it for them, I think did not give them the importance, the information about how important this is. Later on, you know what I mean? I know it in a bunch of trees and all that, but later on, you don't know. You know, look at how development is. Look how things are moving. You know, it looked like just a cluster of trees today, but next 10 years, just imagine. You know what I'm saying? We're not thinking like that because it's new. You know, it's new, and the mindset to me is want it right now. I want it right now. And that's why we get caught up. That's why we go for the tangible thing, the shiny things that lose value, you know, as opposed to the things that increase in value as time goes on. But I've noticed that term floating around the last, I said, what, 3 to 4 years, something like that,
Yeah.
you know. But some people break it down and say exactly what we're supposed to do, and it makes sense. But others just throw it around saying, but that's what they're trying to achieve, you know, and that's all well and good, but you still got to impart in that person or people what is important. Now that can be your dream, right? That can be what you're trying to do, but that don't mean they're gonna adhere to that. They might, I can't wait to get, I'm gonna get, you know what I mean? They don't know the importance of that. So you got to be careful with that too, you know. But yeah, that's my take, man.
Well, I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna leave it right there. That answers, and it piggys back on what I was saying as well, that you can work your butt off and then leave all your money and your stuff to a fool. So, right, right. Because just because you
Yeah.
have that dream and that vision, they may not have it. So
Have it, yeah,
they may
yeah.
not have it. So if you don't impart or instill some type of common sense into them, what I said a little earlier, the character, the integrity, and things that it's gonna take to get through that and make it more successful for them to pass it on, it's a lot of more work that has to be done, and just using the term generational wealth. It
Yeah.
comes with, as you said, it comes with a lot of more learning and a lot of more information. Because here it
Yeah.
is, you got all this land right here. Like you say, you said it's just trees right here, and we can get a couple of dollars off for it, but you're not envisioning what that could be in the future.
Yeah, yeah,
And so you
yeah.
need that information. You need the learning of it. And if you are and not used to having money, and then once you begin to get money, then there's an educational piece that comes with it that a
Done
lot of
with.
right that a lot of us are not getting. So that was a great conversation I had with him. But what I want to share with you and the family, just for a brief moment, and get your perspective on this as well, is, are blacks the solution to their problems? Is what I want to get with you
Yeah,
today about. Are
I
blacks
said,
so
yeah.
yeah, yeah, okay, okay. So
If
let
not, who else? I
oh,
mean, who
that's
coming?
yeah, that's because okay, okay. I got you. I got you. So let's look at it. Let's look at it. Let's look at it. Then I pose that question and I'm gonna let you go. But first thing I want to make sure that things are defined so we can make sure that we're all on the same page. Solution, the solving of a problem, something to be worked out. In other words, are you the answer to what's going wrong in your life? Say if you're overweight, like I said a little earlier, or if you
Mm.
obese and you need to lose weight for health reasons, knowing that it brings on many health problems. Are you dealing with high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol? I just want to think about us because we lead in a lot of these areas. And that high cholesterol, it increased that risk of heart disease and bring on strokes and heart attacks. Are you killing yourself unconsciously by not being aware that drugs, excessive drinking alcohol, constantly smoking, that is destroying your lungs and doing things that's damaging your organs, a lot of us are not thinking about? Are you really thinking about your behavior? And are you thinking about the consequences that right now you're eating up everything? Like I say, you're drinking up everything. Like I say, you're smoking up everything. And I just want to know that when it comes down to that where you are right now, health wise, are you the solution to those problems that you are having? It's just something to think about. Coach, you want to jump in right there before I move right there because I'm dealing with the body?
I heard someone said, I had a laugh, not that it was funny, but it was so real, man. Someone said, your life is basically a reflection of who you are. Your life right here now is a reflection of who you are. Now we know stuff can happen. You know what I mean? We know stuff can happen. A bump in the road, sickness, what we get all that. What we talk about, generally speaking, life, your life is a reflection of who you are and how you think. So if there's something going wrong, who you think gonna somebody else other than you gonna come and fix it? No, you gotta do that. You gotta do that. You gotta start them wheels turning to fix whatever wrong going on. You got to cut some things off, cut somebody off, whatever. You got to do that because at the end of the day, whose life is it? It's your life, man. It's your life. And you got to keep that in mind. You know what I mean? But ain't nobody coming to save us, man. Ain't nobody coming to save us.
And by you
So,
saying, and by you saying that, Coach, we've been conditioned to wait on somebody or something to
you
come
get
and
all you
save
want
us.
to.
Okay.
But my mindset now is to venture, navigate my life in the best way I see it should be. That's my mindset. I don't know about anybody else. I feel my life should be a certain way, and that's my goal. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
To venture in that direction, how I want it to be. Now, if it doesn't work, who can I blame? I can't blame nobody. Okay, and if I blame somebody else, so how does that affect them? It doesn't. It's my life. At the end of the day, it's my life. I got to be careful of my choices, how I move, etc. We all need to be very conscious about that, man. You know. But yeah, that's my take, man.
I definitely want to deal with that on the body aspects. as the family listening, and if they know that they're overweight or obese, or things going on in their life, if the doctor can told them that this is going on or that going on, and whatever problems that they're going through, I just want them to think for a second when they're dealing with the body, and I want them to answer themselves, are they the solution to what the problems are in their physical being? I just want them to think about that for a second. And then I want them to think about this right here, coach. When it comes to your marriage or a relationship, are you unhappy, or are you at peace? Are you at a good place in life? I just wanted to think about this right here. Do you have the job of your dreams when you was coming up? Do you have the job of your dreams? Of you doing what, when you was a child or coming up, what you really wanted to do in life? Are you going to a place spending most of your day you can't stand to be there? Are you hanging around people, even if you're not hanging around them, are they there at that place where you got to spend most of your day around people that you really don't like? Just for you to get off work and have a couple of hours for yourself. And now it's time to go to sleep and wake back up and go through that same process again. And in our subconscious mind, I spoke about this a couple of weeks ago, we're not realizing that it's that process that we're going through that has a lot of us unhappy. And it brings on stress, and it brings on us being depressed. I just want them to think about it. And it's some of the causes of the drug usage. See, if you're doing stuff out of control that's about to destroy you, there's a cause to it. And a lot of us don't even realize that our simple going through the day, being in that place we don't want to be, being around those people we don't want to be around, in our subconscious mind, there's an unhappiness. And so for us to cope with it, it brings on us doing things that may just destroy us. We be doing drugs. Once again, we drinking alcohol excessively. And it has not just that, but a lot of other trauma and things that we've been dealing with in our life, even from a child up. I just wanted to think about it. And we got to share this information because, believe me, you know someone who's dealing with some things that we're talking about today. And it bring on different mood swings, coach. You got a bad attitude. You going through something at the house, you can't stand him or her. You bringing it to the workplace. You got no control at home. So once you get to work, hey, you ever had to deal with this person? Boy, let me tell you something. If that person is struggling at the house and they have no control at the house, when they get to work, if they've been moved up to a certain position, you are getting ready to catch hell at work. If that's your manager or your supervisor who don't know how to handle what's at home and then do his job or do her job, you getting ready to pay a price at work. Have you ever thought about that? I'm asking the family. Are you the solution to the problems that you are experiencing in your life right now? Can you solve it? Can you make it better? Can you do what is it different that you could do? A lot of us need to sit down and a lot of us need to think about that. I want to ask you this right here. Is it always someone else's fault? And it's never your fault. Do you ever hold yourself accountable or responsible so that you can make better decisions? See, because if it's always somebody else's fault, then you will never correct your wrongs because it's not you.
True.
Coach, I just want the family kind of this is so important. And I know YouTube ain't gonna move it. We got to move it and share this information. These are things we got to think about because a lot of us are unhappy right now. And a lot of us don't even realize that making that change, sitting down, spending some time with us, getting away from some people, getting away from some things, isolating ourselves so we can really think about this thing. And a lot of us don't even realize that a lot of problems that we are going through and that we are experiencing, that they are the answer to their own problem. They, they don't even see it. If you having a problem, like I said a little earlier, with your physical, I always tell you, begin to take you 3 days out the week. Get to your gym. If you're not getting to a gym, get outside, get in your room, shut yourself off. It's time to start exercising. It's time to start educating yourself more about clean eating. Begin to clean your eating up. We got a new year approaching. Start right now getting your mind ready and and work to let 2025 be your best year you ever had. I'll take any challenge with you. You want to take a challenge? Because I know between now and the next couple of weeks, I'm going to see what I'm going to do for 2025. I'm ready to go to another level. It's some challenges I'm going to take. Absolutely. When I be doing that challenge every first of the month, that first week, man, I be doing different things so I can work on my consistency, my self-control, my discipline. I take when I put that challenge out there, I take that challenge myself. So I'm asking the family, what are you gonna do different to better yourself in 2025? That's what I want to know. I want to know. I need to come up with something where we could take some type of challenge. I know we're in different areas of life. Our struggles are different, but you got to start making up your mind right now on what it is that you want to make a change in your life. You got to start right now. You got to be able to take your mind and you got to be able to activate it to the point where you can either define what it is you want to do, envision what you want to do, imagine what you want to do, get ready, and let's do it. Because what you're going to have to do, this is what you're going to have to do. If you want to be successful in anything, you're going to have to learn how to connect your mindset to the immaterial part of you. And that's that part that's deep down inside of you, because that's where your self-control, that's where we're losing it at. We're not connected mentally and spiritually. That's where you're losing it at. I'm telling you where you're losing it at. Tell me I'm wrong. You tell me what's not working, and you tell me it's not because you're not connecting your mental to your spiritual. Tell me I'm wrong. It's a foundation that we haven't been taught. We've been hearing about the mind, the body, and the soul for so many years, but no one has came and taught us that it's a scientific fact that they must be connected together for optimal success. Not just get money, because rich folks are fat and overweight or obese. So it lets you know it's not just about getting money, it's about balancing your life off in those three areas. So I'm willing to take the challenge. There's my email address. Hit me up. Let's take a challenge together. 2025 is right around the corner. But we got to start right now getting our mindset together. You want to go in, Coach, before I continue?
I think society does not push the fact that we're spiritual beings in a physical world. You know, whenever you get medication, they deal with the physical. And then here and lately, we start talking about it's been commonplace now, mental health, mental health. So what about spiritual health? If the spirit, you know, if that we're spiritual being in a physical body, so what about spiritual health? You know, that's something that should be touched on as well. Man, thus far, has anyone reached out? Look, man, I got an issue with my physical or whatever you. You know, can you give me? Okay. Well, let's assume that all the information they're getting in that regard, they're getting from other places on YouTube because there's a plethora of stuff out there. Plant aesthetics, you know, weightlifting, increasing your cardio, all that stuff, eating correctly, what you should eat for certain things or ailments you might have, all of that stuff, man. So let's assume they're getting it from somewhere else.
Okay.
That's all we can do, man.
Well, I'm putting it to you like this right here. Say they go out there, coach, and say they get this information you just got through talking about. Let me show you how, if you don't have this foundation, that information don't mean nothing. I'm gonna show it to you. It's just like right now, a lot of us know what we need to be doing. A lot of us know.
True,
See,
true.
that's the
Yep,
that
I
see that's
believe that.
see that's
Yeah.
the knowledge part. A lot of us know what we need to be doing. But the wisdom part comes in, and this what we're missing. We're not doing it. Why we're not doing it? I just said earlier, watch how simple it is. Watch how simple it is. We're not doing it, coach. The information is out there. But until you lock it and lock it in your spirit, you'll never get it done. So they see it. Some may start doing it, but it won't continue if you don't make that connection. It's that simple. A lot of people, it's that simple. You have to make sure that you connect this, imagine, envision. You got to put it there. Because what happens is when you tell yourself you're going to make that change and you're going to start doing something different at 6 o'clock, I can guarantee you at 6 o'clock, what you used to do at 6 o'clock, that's what your brain want to do because
True.
you have trained it to do that
Yeah.
at 6 o'clock.
A repetition too. Yeah.
The repetition is real
Mm.
simple. What a lot of us don't understand. The repetition of what you've been doing at 6 o'clock, that's gonna be your struggle. You trying to go work out, you trying to do something different, you trying to do something new, but your repetition is still stuck for what you used to do at 6 o'clock. Now watch this right here. Where your self-control and your discipline and your tenacity and your consistency, where all of this stuff come from, it comes from within you. So if you haven't connected and trained changing this to now we getting ready to do something different at 6 o'clock and connected it to that where your discipline come from, coach, you won't make it, coach. You won't make it. And if you do it a couple of times, some people may do it for a little while, but the reason it's not lasting because they haven't made a true connection. They going through emotion. If you make that true connection, because at 6 o'clock, when you're trying to make that change and you're trying to make that difference, I promise you, what you've been doing, it keeps coming up for you to go do. And then what'll happen is, and this is everyone's life, something gonna always come up around that time.
Yeah. Really test you, yeah. Oh, so you say you want to do it. Let me see how bad you want to do it.
Something is gonna always come up. It's just like some things happen just for all of us. It's just like you can be up, and as soon as it's time to get up, is when you get tired. Now you're ready to lay down and get some rest. You've been up all morning or all night,
Yeah.
but now when it's time to get up, oh, it's the roughest. So some things just happen to all of us. And that's what's going to happen. As soon as you set yourself to do something different, especially when it's positive. Now, if it's something negative that you begin to do, the door going to be open for you to go do it every time. You ain't got to worry
And
about it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be open. You ain't got to worry about it. It's something negative, you just go on and do it. Because self-destruction, it just standing right there waiting on you. But when it's something positive, it always have an adversary to it. Always. When you're trying to do something positive, that's why you have to be careful. When you're trying to take your life to another level or you're trying to elevate, you got to be careful of your company because everyone is
I
not
know that. Yeah.
everyone is not trying to go there. So I've learned myself that in order for me to elevate in life, I had to isolate because everyone is not willing to go through the narrow gate. You want to share anything, Coach?
Oh, you said a mouthful. At the end of the day, man, there's a reason why they call it self-esteem, esteem of oneself. It's yours, you know, just like your life. It's yours, man. And if you do what you have the power to do, you're gonna gravitate to things or people that's gonna take you to another level. If it's made up in your mind, because only certain things I research. If it's not some, well, I have to throw in a little comedy in there to balance out. But life is serious.
Mm-hmm.
The things I read and stuff, you know what I mean? But it's about improving, be it knowledge, be it some new workout techniques, whatever, man. It's just about improvement. And if that's in your mindset, that's what you're going to gravitate to. That's the people you're going to gravitate to. But it starts in your mind, and if it's your life, then you got to know how you want it to be. If you can sit in a bar 3, 4 hours, you can stand an hour in the gym. If you can sit in a club 3, 4 hours, you can spend an hour in the gym, especially you keeping your money in your pocket and it's making you feel, put you in a healthy state of being. Come on, man. Come on. So you got to know, man, your life, and you got to do what you need to do to make it better. If you feel it needs to be better, I'm saying like this. You might be, well, some people, I'm good, man. I'm all right. Okay, I got you. We ain't talking about you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We're not talking about you. But
Mm-hmm.
you got to know how you got to see how you want your life to be, and just work accordingly to get it there. What I'm saying, if you're already there, then power to you, more power to you.
Gotcha.
You know,
Well, I leave them with this right here, Coach. And I say, what do you think about yourself? What is your perspective of yourself? Do you realize that you are the answer to the things that you're going through in your life? What do you think about you? I don't know if you ever sit down and just really thought about, damn, what do I really think about myself? Where I'm at right here in my life is something to think about. And always remember that you must always evolve and that you're always under construction. Always remember that you're always building on yourself in some type of way. You're always working on yourself in some type of way. Don't never get to the point where, oh, I got it all together. I'm this and that. I'm this and that. There that food talking again. That's that food.
mm.
Yeah, that's that
Mm-hmm.
food talking again. Because don't none of us have, we always, I'm in a great place right now in my life. But if I start working on it, then I won't be in a great place.
True,
Yeah,
true.
so I'm always under construction. I'm always working to get better. I'm always working to do better. So always remember, family, work on your foundation. We've heard about it for so many years, but your mind, your body, and your soul is where you're struggling in one of those areas or two of those areas. If you ever need my help, there's my information. Make sure you share this information. You know, folks need to hear this. Make sure you subscribe. Get one other person to subscribe. We should have 100,000 subscriptions by now. But I understand. I understand that a lie moves faster than the truth. I definitely understand that as well.
That's where
Coach,
we are now, man.
yeah,
That's where we are.
yeah,
Yeah.
I understand that these lies that a lot of because I went out, I've seen people speak on the black community, man, and they just really gossip about us. You know, blacks gossiping about black. We know we got a problem, but here, man, we talking about solutions and things that we need to do to better ourselves. I don't hear them talking about that. I hear them just talking about us. That's what I hear and not giving a lot of the reasons. There are reasons that we're acting out. And like I said, I got now over 200 videos, that's describing. You have to go through those videos and see what topic catch your attention. And I even have a fitness video out there where I was training some young ladies. Go through there and start exercising. Use that video and start exercising. Take care of yourself, family. Coach, we got 2 minutes or so. I'm gonna let you close out. I'm done. My answer is definitely, as a people, we are definitely the answer to our problems.
I concur, man. I concur. As I always say, man, all we doing is talking about life, man. And if you can hear us, if you can see us, that means you live. So what is it we talking about that does not pique your interest? If we talking about life, different aspect of life. So none of this pertaining to your life. Okay. If that's the case, then so be it. If that's the case, so be it, man. At the end of the day, we got to keep evolving. We got to keep getting better, and we got to stop waiting on the end of a year to put certain things in place to make our life better. You know, that should be second nature. That's what we do. You know what I mean? Always trying to improve, always trying to be better. You know what I mean? But like you said, man, they can reach out, and if they don't, they don't. The information is out there. We can keep talking about life, and who need it will get it. Hopefully, those who don't get it as yet, they'll get it when they need it, man. But keep your head up and work on being a better version of who you are, man. That's it, man.
I'm out, Coach. I appreciate you so much, man. You and your family and everyone out there, man. Have a great Christmas until we come back together again. Much
All right,
love.
same to you, man.
Yes, sir. Take care.
All right.